Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. Today I'm gonna be playing my DeathWorld DeathWorld map. I'm actually recording this episode almost immediately after the previous one. Because, yeah. I feel like playing Factorio. Lots of Factorio now. Okay, what can we actually do? We can, I think, select this whole block for the construction. Or something like that. Pretty good, right? So, what should we do now? Let's think. So, I actually thought a little bit about how exactly I want to like deliver resources on the stations here, and I think so. For green science, we need 2 belts of iron and 1 belt of electronic circuits. So what I'm going to be doing, what I'll do is the following. We'll have these 2 belts being the iron, meaning that it's this train and that train will be iron. So we'll have iron coming from both sides here. Let's do this. Right. This is iron input, and this is iron input. This one, on the other hand, will be green circuits input, just like that. Good. Next thing, what we need to do? We need to specify that the stations will be unloading iron, and green circuits. Good. Nice. The station above, so what I was thinking is, I think I will leave the closest station unused. If you need only 2 inputs, I will be using the the left ones, the ones on the west side, because the eastern one, like this station, could be used for exporting something. For example, that will be doing exporting here. Will be exporting engines, right? You can actually call it. Let's call it what? Engines. Like the regular engines. Where is our engine? Here's the engine. And that is actually output of the engines. Good. Okay. Now, what should we do now? Alright, that basically means that I don't actually have anything for the station. And you know what? Should I delete it? I'm not sure whether I should be deleting it. Maybe let's keep it for now. Or should we remove it? Well, that's a question. What should we do for this station? Yeah. Should I delete it? What do we need for blue science? For blue science, we'll need 3 inputs. Interesting. I think I'm gonna delete the station. Yep, that's what I'll do. Oh, wait. This shouldn't have been deleted. I would like to delete only these things here. So actually this whole kind of vertical line is gonna get deleted. This is from here. I'm gonna get deleted, and I think I should place this stuff back. Just like this. Okay, and here what do we need? We need to remove this part. To remove this part. This one, I guess. Okay, it's a little bit tricky. Maybe I should have used the construction planner, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't sound like such a bad idea now. It doesn't sound like a bad idea, to be honest, but I'm already committed to doing it this way. Okay, look at that. So we can remove this station and this chest, let's keep them. Let's keep those. Okay, look at this. Oh, this is some extra. Let's check, what do we actually have here? We don't have any inserters. We don't. Nice. So, what should we do now? I think it would make sense to add some underground belts like this. And you can paste it here, here, and here. Good. So the goal for today is to build red signs. How do we do that? Let's see. I don't think we'll need such a layout for the red signs. I think we will be fine with such layout that we use. Well, actually, it's pretty much exactly the same spacing. Right, it's the exact same spacing that we had for green circuits. So how about I copy this thing and just... Oh no, it's not the exact one. It's not exactly the same one. Oh no. Well, it's fine. It is completely fine. We can just move this thing a little bit higher. This thing also a little bit higher. Okay, I need to move them and not to copy them a bit higher. This one is kind of working fine. This one will be done right, just like this. This stuff can be done like that. This one also work. Okay, nice. So we got something. Something's happening here. Now, need to be careful not to stand on the rails. Now, how do we ensure connection? I think that's the way. Right across from here. Well, we cannot. We cannot do it like this. I can place this thing right here. This is enough, I think. Yep. This is coming. Everything's looking good. Now, let's take a look at Kirk McDonald's Factorio calculator. What do I need? So, I need two things. I need copper, and we didn't specify, right? We didn't specify what is where. I need copper, and I need to convert iron into gears. Let's see. So, how could we do that? Let's see. So we'll need... Wait, I'll need 10.1 assemblers for iron gear wheels. That's not good. If I use this design, and if I use with 10 beacons, I'll need only... I will need 11.8. Okay, interesting. So what that basically means? It means that we would want to change this path a little bit And I think we'll go for this. Right. So this will be the output. Now, in order to use this out, we'll have. I'm thinking that we'll have. Oh, it's a little bit far. I guess. Oh no, that wouldn't be looking nice either. I need to. Need to think a little bit about this, about what's going on here. Right. So, we have... Oh, this is hard. I need to divide it by 8. Which I forgot. To make it full belt. Okay, let's see. Which need 12.7. Okay, good. 10,800. If I divide it by 8, one line is 1,350. So 1350. That means, okay, let me go to settings. I'd like, what is it? Items per second. I'd like to see items per second. So we need 16 items, 16 iron gears per second. That is our output. And the input is 23 iron plates per second. That's interesting. That means that we should be fine with just 2 inserters here. I think that's what it means. Let's do it like this. So we can get all iron that we'll ever need just with this 4 inserters. This is production of the gears, of course. And we'll need to place 16 gears. I'm pretty sure that if we do something like this, it will work beautifully. Now, we actually have an option. Well, we could... Right, let's think. Let's say we are doing something like this. We are just sending copper through directly. Or pretty much directly. What could we do next about this? Let's see. So I could place this thing and try to build red signs here. We have this copper that is coming at like... It's a little bit questionable what exactly is happening here with copper, to be honest. Maybe... You know what, maybe I should change this a little bit. Okay, let's just think. How much copper do we need? We need... Oh, we need 16 copper per second. $16 copper per second, and we'll need 19 of this. I'd like to make this thing maybe a little bit shorter, or... It's probably not a huge factor, because blue signs will have to be like pretty long. Like this build will have to be pretty long, so maybe it doesn't really matter whether this one is short or not. What does matter is whether we can... Oh, look at that. We can build it and the stone patch is not in the way. That is great. Right. How do we do this? How do we do this? We need half a belt of copper and half a belt of iron gear wheels. So, why don't I do it like this? We will have the stuff getting delivered here. We'll use one belt because we're getting way more copper than we need. Right, I kind of one concern with that. I don't want to add a splitter like this. No. What does it give us? Okay, the problem is that what I'm planning, it will be using only one side of the belt for the most part. The other side will almost never used. So is this a problem that this steel chest will be unloaded only pretty much by one inserter? It's not a problem. We do not care about it. If only one side of the belt is used, so be it. It should still work. So with that, what we basically got, we have these items being placed on the further side of the belt. They're gonna be placed here the first, like earlier, and this one will be basically like a leftover, pretty much, that will almost never be used. Well, okay, they will be used, but we basically shouldn't have any problem here. I think it will look fine. Now, what should I do next? That's the input that we're getting. We don't actually need to make it that large here. Doesn't have to go very far. What we can do here, we can just add an inserter. One inserter is going to be enough. I don't think so, because we need 17 per second. What's the speed of inserters again? Okay, Factorio, inserter, throughput. Let's see. So inserter from belt into chest. Belt to chest, perpendicular. That's... Oh, we are not doing perpendicular facing inserter. Yes, perpendicular, we are doing perpendicular. We can support 15.32 per second. So we'll need two inserters here. But we don't have space for... Well, if we place 3 inserters, are they gonna be smart enough to pick only what's needed? I wouldn't trust the inserters to do that. I wouldn't trust them to do that correctly. So I like to change the spot a little bit. How can I do that? Let's see. Well, right. Let's see what can we actually do. I can say that this is the input, and I could say right. It's not looking good. I think what might be better is to move this down by 2, and maybe move this one down by 2 as well. I think this might actually be a little bit better. So now what we can have, well, actually, no, I'll move this in this corner completely, just like that. Right, so this whole thing will be reworked a little bit, just a tiny bit. Let's copy it and just drag it down here. Nice. What this allows me to do? It allows me... Did it help at all? That's the question. Not sure. That's the problem. I'm not sure whether it helped. Right, let's see. So this is the input. We also need pretty much the same input on the other side. So might as well set this up, right? This, like that, is the input. Now, we need to handle the output somehow. We could handle the output just like this. Right? Right, we cannot do it like that, but we can do it kinda almost like this. Let's move it to the side. Like this. Like that. So this is the output. This is the input. We can increase the buffer here a little bit. I'd like to have slightly larger buffer here, so we'll place this inserter here. So this is output. We have, let's check. The output is what? 25 items per second? What is this? Wait, I'm confused. 25 items per second times 19. We'll have 19 of this. Times 8. It's 3.8 items per second. And throughput, it means that in a minute, if we divide it by 60, we'll have 63. Okay, I'm confused about what's going on. Red signs. I want to have 10,800 items per second. This should result in 4 bells, which is 2.7 thousand items per minute. How did I get 3.8? So if I go for 4 belts of the output, it means that each line here is supposed to be half a belt. Half of a blue belt is 15 items. Right? Right. I think I wanted 19. Let's recalculate. 22.61 times. Oh, right, I am not supposed to time it multiplied by 19. Okay, I completely miscalculated everything here. I think. Right, we don't need 2 of the inserters here, because 16 plates we needed spread between 19 machines. So like this whole thing doesn't make sense what I just did. Right, let's revert all of this. It's all wrong. I thought we needed a much higher throughput for the items, but it's actually not the case. We don't need that much. It's like close to 0. that means that I don't actually have to do things like this here. I could just move this up. This one, I could move it like that. And we can potentially have everything going on one belt, but the question is, do we want to, like, should I have everything on one belt? Maybe it's fine if you don't. We'll just have one of this here. The main trick, yeah, is to swap the belt, because you'll need to swap it like this in the very beginning. And then it should just kind of work like this. I'm gonna change the spot again. Like, constantly changing my mind. But that's fine. I just want to really like the final design that we'll end up with. That's basically it. I just really want to, you know, it to look really nice. And one thing that I just realized, we can make this whole part quite a bit more compact, right? We just cut it, paste it kind of like this, and could move this part as well. And we could just do that. Or not? No, we cannot, because now... Well, actually we can, because this part doesn't need 10 beacons. It's fine if it has only, what, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we have 8 beacons, let's check. Okay, I need to fix the other parts. If you have only 8 beacons... Oh, wow, it might be a bit tricky. Let's see. Yes, it will be enough. So it will still work fine. They will be basically working non-stop. So there is not going to be much room. The question is, am I fine with that or not? I'm not sure I'm actually fine. I'm not convinced I'm fine, so let's move this a little bit further out. This thing will be moved like this, and this one will be moved just like that. And we can do, I think, something like that. So how many effects do we have? Wait, we still have 12 sources? What? Oh. 1, 2. Let's revert it to how it used to be. It's okay. We are not really worried about, like, the shortage of the materials here or whatever, right? Not materials. We are not worried about the number of beacons that we are using here, so it's all fine. Now this part is working. This connection is here. This thing ends right here. That's good. This one goes here. This one goes here. Now what I need to do, I need to copy this part. I like to change this a little bit, because this will go like that, and that one will go like this. Let's see, and we'll have half a belt, exactly half a belt, filled with lots of good stuff. So now I need 19 copies of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll just run the... how many is that? Okay, counting from here till there. That's 16, so we need 3 more, right? Let's do this. 3 more. Like this. Right, let's double check. Right, exactly 19. So this should give us exactly half a belt of red circuits. And this is not clocked. I'm not even sure whether there is anything to clock, to be honest. I don't believe there is. Okay, maybe there is. Maybe. I don't know. It should work fine. Now, one thing that I'd like to add. I would like... Oh, a tiny problem. It's not easy to... This stuff. Okay, we can do it like this. Right, let's continue. We basically need to add some power poles here, but that's fine because on the other side we will not have problems with power poles. And this is the final one, I believe. Let's see. Right, looking good. So that will be given us a lot of red signs. Oh, and this part, I don't need this one. I don't need this one, because this is the end. And we are not planning on overbuilding it. Actually, wait. 19 factories are producing 0.6 belts. What? Why is that? And 18 factories are producing... Okay, 18 factories are producing 0.48 belts. So that's why we need 19. So we actually have a little bit, like a quarter maybe of a factory more than is actually required for this build to function. So now what we are doing, we're basically copying it lots of times. Wait, it's hard. Just like this. And in addition to that, I feel like we need to add these things right across. Yeah, it cannot reach. Okay, with shift. With shift, it's gonna work. This one should be placed right here. And the last one, we don't see it. Let's run there real quick. Yep, now we should be able to place this one right here. And this actually reminds me, we need... Oh, wait. No. Oh, this is not beautiful. This is looking bad. Right, the construction planner. The one that is removing... Wait. This... Oh, this is removing everything except... We need to fix this real quick. We have extra stations. We have extra substations, so I would like to remove them. Let's do this. Here. I don't need these 3 substations. Here. I don't need these 3. 1, 2, 3 gun. 1, 2, 3 gun. 1, 2, 3 gun. 3 gun. And here 3 gun. Okay. Now it should look much better. At least I hope so. Like all this couple lines, they're not looking good. Not looking good at all. Well, actually, you know what? I really don't like the way it looks now. Have to change this. Right, just looking very, very bad. So we'll do it differently. We'll copy this line with that belt and we'll paste it right there. Now, only now, I'm gonna remove this extra substations. Good. And once they're removed, we can copy everything all over again. Okay. 5. It's looking good. Or not yet. Maybe. I feel like I'll have to fix some of the connections. It's pretty sad. But yeah, I guess it's okay. And I would like to add a radar here. Add it, let's say, up there, above that line, and maybe below this line. Should be enough, right? Yep, I think this will be enough. So that is our red signs for 10k megabase. I don't know whether we'll be able to power this base with reasonable UPS, but so far UPS is looking fine, but we also don't really have the base running. Like our base, what is our base? This is our base. It's like not really doing anything, to be honest. We have huge problems with yellow signs. I'm actually not sure why. Alright, because of batteries. No, wait. Batteries are fine. What are we getting here? Engines. Oh, right, the engines. I could, in theory, improve this by a lot, right? I could just speed this up or add some prod models. I'm not sure I should be doing it right now. It's okay. What is not okay is all these lines. No. This is looking really, really bad. How do we fix it? Let's see. So if I remove this line of substations, and if I remove this line of substations, it's gonna be better. Oh, this one. It's getting removed, right? What's happening with the robots here? Let's check. The robots are slacking. They're like not doing what we wanted them to do. Okay, fine. Let's copy this again. We are gonna try again. And we'll paste it right here. Hope it's gonna look fine. Or maybe it won't. Where are the robots? Okay, the robots are flying, they're building this stuff. Okay, good. That's exactly what I wanted to see. That's good. That's good placement of let's do this. Of the substations. And you know what? What I think we can do? I think we can start feeding this block some resources just to see what's like how it's gonna work in the end. Right, this one is very, very questionable. Like what is going on here? This is much better. Right, need to fix all of this. That's a bug. That's a mistake. Right, well, I didn't really want you robots to help with building of this block, because we have train deliveries. In theory, that should be able to handle all of that. I just want you to move this stuff. Actually, I didn't even need to have my robots doing that. I could have used the other robots for that. Okay, good. So something is happening here, and we got okay, that's great. We got substations placed there. Now the only piece remaining is this one, right? If substations here are placed correctly, I'll be super happy. Now, next thing, what do we need to do? We need to send. So this belt, the one that goes below, should contain copper. So this is copper. Like this is copper. Let's specify it's copper. And this stuff is actually iron in that case. That means that this station is iron station. We want to get iron. Yep. And this station is actually our copper station. We want to receive copper. Good. And now what we're doing, we are connecting them. And we got 2 trains incoming. Okay, good. They should be coming from there. Somehow 1 train, 2nd train. Okay. Both trains are going. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, these intersections are not greatest. Like what we have here is not great. We want to have a proper kind of connection intersection built over here. But for now, what we have is going to be okay for us. For now, it's going to be fine. Let's see. Do we get a flow of resources? That's the main question. We seem to be getting something. I mean, something is definitely happening here. Maybe I should have waited for this whole part to be fully built first. But I don't think it's really that important, to be honest, to wait until this whole block is fully built. I think it's fine. What we are doing here, it's fine. Nothing will really break. Oh, nothing is supposed to break. Right. Here. We do have copper flowing. We do not have... Oh, right. We're missing a little bit of underground belts. That's understandable. That's totally understandable. That is okay. So we have red signs produced here. We might have actually a spike of red signs production. Yeah, look at this. We used to producing it what, 140 per minute, and now it like spiked to 2,700. But not all of them are working. It's okay. It is okay. Nice. I really like this build. We don't really have use for this all these red signs yet. So the idea that I'll be following is is as follows. I will actually merge green signs produced here with red signs produced here. So we have 8 belts. We are going for 10,000 signs per minute, right? That is basically, well, 10.8. That's what I'm going for. That's the maximum that we'll be able to get. But in reality, if I get like 9,000, I'll be happier about this, to be honest. We'll probably debug it, like bring it close to 10,000. But I'll be happy even with 9, because as I said before, I've never built more than 2.4 thousand signs per minute base. Like never built at such scale. So the idea is that we need 4 belts of red signs, 4 belts of green signs, basically 4 belts of each signs. However, 7 belts is pretty hard to fit into the... like if you had a dedicated belt, like 1 belt of each signs going into the labs, it's pretty hard to fit them. So what I'm gonna do, I will actually have 4 belts that will have like 2 signs each, kinda exactly what I have here, right? I'll have 2 belts, 2 signs on each belt. So what that means is that if I get half full belts of red signs here and half full belts of green signs down below, I'll actually be able. Okay, let's just tell it to like do something. Collect all these trees. Right, what I was saying. So if you do it like this, we'll have 8 belts ready to be delivered to the labs. I don't know where I'll be placing labs. Maybe we could have like this area dedicated to labs. So I don't really see what we could have here. We'll have like 3 sciences produced on this side, on the west side. Well, maybe actually more, I don't know. I'm in theory fine with having military science produced here and like merged with blue science. And we'll have 3 sciences: purple, yellow, and white science. Well, white science, space science, I'm not actually sure whether we should be producing it here or not, because maybe we could do it here. We might do something different with white science. I'm not sure about that, because we also have quite a bit of space here, except for this crude oil thing. It's not exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with white science. The main problem with the white science is that it requires rocket control unit, it requires low density structures, and rocket fuel. And all 3 of these things are pretty. Like they have small stacks. I think stack size is 10. So it's like it's tricky to deliver them. So it's better to build them on site, but they also might require a lot of resources. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. We'll figure it out. But for the first 6 sciences, I basically decided that that's how it's gonna be. So here we'll have 4 of them. Well, 3 for now. I'm not sure whether I'll ever build military science. But I mean, we could do it, right? Build it here. Military science will require quite a bit more posts to support it, but I think there is a trade-off between like military and purple science. There are no researchers, I think, that take both military and purple. No, there is this one, but it's not infinite research. Yeah, there are no infinite. Oh, we could try to make these researchers with. If we build military one. Okay, so among infinite researchers, there are no that require both military and purple science, like gray and purple. It's either gray or purple. So that's also, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling here a little bit. But so far everything seems to be working here. I don't really see any issues. Well, I'm not fully sure whether that's a good way of delivering things, of like placing things on the belt, to be honest. What's the split of this? No, it should be fine, because right, it should be fine. So what I was worried about is that there might not be space for the labs placed like at the end of it, but no, there should be space, because we know that 18 assembly machines are not enough to fully fill up the belt. And if we do have any problems with filling out the belt, we could always like turn this around, kind of like, increase the length of the buffer here. It's possible, right? You can basically turn it around, bring it like down and to the left, up, and within the ground belt right here. So this would add like a couple more extras, and actually, if we do it like this, it will be on the left side of the belt. We can bring underground belt here, move it to the right, and then move it up to get like 1 more tile. So yeah, it's maybe I should have done it from the beginning. It's fine. If we see any problems with this build, there is like a way to increase the output buffers a tiny bit. So it should be solvable. Nice. So here we have it. Here we have our awesome, really great red science production. We do need a bit more copper chains, I feel like. I feel like we might be missing on copper chains. Let's add a couple more copper chains. How do we do this? So copper chain. It's the correct one. I would hope so. Right? So let's place it like 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 copper chains. Let's do this. Chains. Go bring us the resources, and I will even paste new trains in their place. This one and this train. Let's go. We go. Well, it's a bit slow. It is a little bit slow. Okay, nice. Done. Let's see. Oh no. And we don't have lights here. So that's bad. Can't remove this. We need to go here and fix this these connections. This wouldn't do. No. We cannot leave this build like that. Because then it's not pretty. It's not looking good. Okay, is this it? Let's double check. Okay, this is an awesome grid. Everything seems to be in order here. I like it. Okay. So, let's take a break here. This is our red science. We got some output here. So here's our red science. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you enjoyed the series. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers!